In 2010, we had the first version of Treasures and Curiosities. We invited people from the community to come in and to choose two artifacts that they liked. And they were telling us all these wonderful stories about why those objects were important to them, why they picked them out of 20,000 objects.
So I chose two items. I chose this Teletype machine, and the reason why is I think on first glance it reminded me of the old Bat computer off the Adam West Batman series. And it's just a big, interesting looking piece of technology that makes you sort of want to play with it. And I mean, I'm kind of a gadget interested person, so whether it's stereo speakers or new equipment or technology, it's just always fun to dive in and play. So the dictaphone I find really interesting because unlike the technology we often use today, every part of it sort of shows you how it works. There's a horn that you speak into, and then there's a tube that the sound travels through, and then a little diaphragm that wobbles and moves a needle that carves into a wax cylinder. And so it's interesting because you can see how it's intended to work just from looking at it.
I had in the past, I was a fashion design instructor at Lethbridge College, so the item that I chose here was something I knew I wanted to pick right away. It's a 1920s Chanel style dress. When I used to take the students from the college here on a fashion show, a fashion history kind of field trip, I would often show this dress, and it's one of a collection, maybe 4 or 5 items they have from the 1920s that are really spectacular. So the other one is a buffalo horn hat rack, and my husband and I owned a heritage home in Lethbridge, and we worked for a number of years to have it designated as a provincial heritage resource. So we found this hat rack, but it made me think of the era so much I had to pick it.
The key. The key was what did it. It was a hotel room key on a leather fob, and it was exactly the kind of key that we had in the hotel that I'd grown up in. My parents owned a hotel in a small town in Manitoba, and as a teenager I had my own hotel room and my own key. I mean, how cool is that? And on occasion, if you take a close look at that brown key fob there's a round circle, and it's actually Canada postage. So if one of the guys or gals, leaves town with the key in their suitcase or briefcase, in Vancouver, forgot, well, just toss it in the mailbox and it'll go back to the hotel. It's got the address on it. The other item is an old-fashioned rotary dial telephone. Again, which we also had, and we had actually in the hotel also worked the telephone. We had not all the rooms had telephones in them, but we had some, and then they had the old-fashioned, like an operator, you plug and connect them. Compare this to what the kids are working with and adults nowadays, and then try and figure out how to work a rotary telephone with this background knowledge here.